Hello guys and welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at a Falcon figure. Falcon, for those who don't know, is a G.I. Joe for Brazil. It's made by the Estrella Corporation. So what they're doing is they're making vintage 70s style G.I. Joes currently, and Cotswold Collectibles does stock these on occasion. So this is the Turbocopter version. Zoom in, give you a closer look at them. Pretty much a classic G.I. Joe. Turbocopter is something that was in the vintage line, also in the Action Man line in the UK. Beautiful box art. You got the Christ the Redeemer statue and the artwork there. It's really beautiful. And a nice picture of the Falcon figure in action. Turning the box around, give you some nice product pictures. Really more artwork, which is really nice. And on the back shows you the other figures, which is the Amazon Explorer was the other option you could pick up. Also a very cool figure. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and open the figure and give you guys a better look at this Falcon. Stay tuned. Alright, so we've got the action figure out of the package. And before we get into that, we'll just take a quick look. It does come with the instructions. They are in Spanish, but the pictures are pretty straightforward on how to put on the Turbocopter onto the action figure. Taking a look at the Turbocopter itself, some really nice molded on details in this nice bright vivid yellow, very colorful. It has this strap, and you notice it has a little peg system here at the top, so you can pop it out and then you adjust it and lock it back in place once it's fitted properly to the action figure. So the arm controls swing down. This one, for some reason, doesn't want to come down. I don't want to force it and crack it. So I'll have to definitely take a look at that, why that is. But in any event, that's the Turbocopter, and here is the blades that attach to it. They have a rubber bumper system on there, so these are flexible. I guess as you're spinning it, it won't hurt anything. And that just attaches onto, you'll notice there's a peg in there, and it only fits on one way, so it just clips on there. And moving him to the side for a moment, you just pull the trigger and the helicopter spins. So pretty neat little feature, not too bad. Taking a look, closer look at the actual figure. Zoom in on the head sculpt. Does have the lifelike hair. Sure why it doesn't want to focus there, but does have the lifelike hair. Really cool. Does have the traditional G.I. Joe scar. Paint job is pretty nice on that, and he does have a really nice dark green uniform. Has the I think it's the Action Commando symbol for Brazil. Could be wrong on that. And it does have some oversized buttons, and it works as an actual button. You can see it's, you actually don't have the press studs that you normally get with a G.I. Joe. So you actually would have to use this as a real button to unbutton a shirt. And into some black hard plastic boots. They are a different mold as well from your standard G.I. Joe boots. So these are unique to the Falcon line as far as I know. They're a lot thinner and form-fitted. And another thing you notice from handling the figure, it's put together and strung together just like the original 1970s G.I. Joes. So it has a string going all the way through the arms, through the legs, One of the differences, like with the Guyper Man, which is made in Spain, they re-engineered the 1970s muscle body, and they kind of updated a lot of the functionality of it. Not that it functions any different, but the way it's constructed is different. So I'll just try and give you a little demonstration on that with this figure on what I mean. So it's the same muscle body that you get with a Guyper Man or that you get with a 1970s G.I. Joe, but it's constructed exactly like the 70s G.I. Joe, and then it has the flexible material in even the elbows, and it's got the rivets, and it does have its own stamp on the back. So it's really unique construction. I kind of like the Guyper Mans in that they're constructed better, I think, but these particular Falcon figures have a nice charm to them in that you're getting the original style G.I. Joe head and the construction like they did back in the 70s, which is pretty neat. I think that's pretty cool. The Guyper Man is his original head too, but the difference with that is it's actually the Eagle Eyes head without the Eagle Eyes function. So that's pretty neat. But overall, really nice looking action figures from Brazil. It'd be nice if they were making stuff like this for us here in the US, but that's not the case. But in any event, you can pick them up at Cotswold. So I'm going to go ahead and get him set up, and we'll wrap it up. Alright, so I got the figure all set up. So he's got his equipment on, holds pretty firmly. He can stand while the equipment is on him too. It's a little back heavy, so you got to lean him forward if you're just going to stand him up. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to figure out why this is not coming down just yet. But in the meantime, he is set up. Let's give you a look at him with his Turbocopter in action, so that's pretty cool. Really cool figure. I do like it. The again, this is the Falcon from Brazil. It's G.I. Joe from Estrella. Very cool action figure line. Recommend taking a look at it if you're interested in vintage G.I. Joe. It's a neat way to essentially get a brand new vintage G.I. Joe, which is pretty neat to be able to unbox one and have it for the collection. I'm very happy to have added this guy to the collection. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, subscribing, and commenting. Until next time.